Hey, this is Dan with We the People Prepping. Just wanted to give a few more thoughts about the events that occurred yesterday. Okay, all year long we the the people of this country had to suffer with riots and looting and so-called peaceful protests and so forth. And these were people that were claiming that they were pissed off at the government for whatever reason. They had a myriad of reasons they were claiming, from systemic racism to oppression to you name it. I mean, the thing is, you know, they were terrorizing the American citizens, but claiming that it was a protest against the government. Okay, well, yesterday we seen a protest that you know they claim was violent, but I didn't see any buildings on fire. Yeah, a couple of windows got broken, you know, but I didn't see any real violence. Okay, they stormed the house, you know, but the thing is, they didn't terrorize the citizens of this nation. They terrorized the politicians, the people that they were angry with. Okay, they went off, and instead of going out into the streets and burning down homes and businesses and terrorizing people, attacking people out on the streets, and claiming that they were doing it because they were mad at the government. These people were mad at the government and they took it out on the government. Now, the media doesn't seem to comprehend that fact. Okay? Yeah, I don't necessarily agree. I mean, I do, but I don't agree at the same time with their actions yesterday. I think that there was better ways they could have gone about it. But on the other hand, I do like the fact that now these politicians understand the terror that the American people went through all this past year. I mean, how does it feel to be afraid for your life, to be having to lock down and you know also here you guys, you politicians, were hiding behind armed men. Okay, so now maybe you see the importance of the American citizen being able to be armed. I doubt it. I mean, you're so blind, and so determined to disarm us so that we can't protect ourselves. But here you're hiding behind armed guards. A man with a firearm. It's pretty hypocritical when you think about it. Oh, we need to be protected, but you, the American citizen, you don't need to protect yourself. So this is what happens when you keep pushing people and keep taking their freedoms. They get mad, and when they feel they have no other recourse, yeah, they will turn violent if necessary. I mean, I don't think that you realize, you politicians realize just how violent things will get if you keep pushing, keep taking people's rights, keep censoring everybody. Damn cigarette went out again. But, if you didn't like what happened, then maybe you ought to consider the policies that you are pushing and think, well, maybe these are not the policies that the American people want. Maybe what we're doing is against the American people and not for them. The American people are tired of it. We've been oppressed all this past year. had our freedom stripped away. We're being told we have to do this, we have to do that, we can't do this, we can't do that. You're closing down our businesses. You're making people lose their homes. I've seen people in food lines that, frankly, I would have never thought would have been in food lines, honestly. I mean, it's when you destroy people's lives, there are going to be consequences. When you take away people's freedoms, they're going to stand up and fight back. You know, and free to blame this on Trump is just sheer stupidity on your part. You politicians have got to realize you brought this on yourselves. It wasn't because of Trump that these people went off. I mean, yeah, he had them fired up, and I'll give him that. He had them fired up because of what all he said. But this was not I'm going to say this was not so much about what Trump said. It's more about people expressing their anger, their frustration with the way things have been going here in this country over the last year. I mean, you politicians are giving all this money to foreign aid, gender studies, and bullshit that had nothing to do with helping the American people, but you claimed that it was to help the American people. And then in the meantime, you give $600 to the American people after having them shut down for 8 months, 10 months, whatever it was, you know, and losing their jobs and not being able to take care of themselves. Here's the thing. The American people, the majority of us anyhow, yeah, you're going to find a few out there that want the government to take care of them, but the majority of the people in this country don't want the government to take care of us. We want to take care of ourselves. We're tired of the government interfering in our lives. We're tired of being regulated to death. We're tired of watching our freedoms slowly be stripped away from us. We're tired of being told what we can and can't do. That was not the way that this country was founded. The government has overstepped their bounds on many, many occasions now. I mean, just the fact that you think that you have the right to make laws restricting our rights to own a firearm is unbelievable. I mean, do you even have any concept of what the words "shall not be infringed" means? I mean, you know, and then you've been suppressing our speech. I mean, you're telling us what we can or can't say, and oh, you got to be politically correct and all. You know what? We don't care about all that crap. We want to speak our minds. We want to live our lives, and we want to do it without government interference. That's what this is all about. That's why those people went off. Because, you know, yeah, Trump said that the election was stolen. Okay? It wasn't about the election being stolen or not stolen. It was about this man actually did fight for us. He fought for the American people. Okay? And the things that we want. And a lot of people in this country now feel that, okay, if there was corruption and all of that, these people feel as if though the government has taken something from them. I'll just put it that way. Now, I'm not going to say my opinion as to whether or not it was stolen or not. That's irrelevant. All of that's irrelevant now. I mean, We got to deal with what we have to deal with. Okay? Uh, the thing is, this new government that's coming in, this new administration, they've been talking about stuff that the people don't like, the people don't want. We don't want to defund our police. You know, uh, we definitely don't want higher taxes. We don't want the Green New Deal. We don't want any of that. Okay? And if you persist on trying to force all of this on the American people, I hate to tell you, but it's going to stand up and bite you in the ass. The American people are tired of laying down and letting you walk all over them. You know, I want this country to go back to being peaceful and, people getting along and go back to a prosperous time. You know, but with this new administration coming in and all the stuff that they've been talking about, these are not the things that the people actually want. I mean, you may have a few out there that want this, but the majority of us just want to be left the hell alone. Allow us to live our lives and quit taking all of our money and giving it to people that have done nothing to deserve it, and quit sending our money overseas. Start taking care of those of us here in this country. That's your job. That's what you were elected to do. You weren't elected to spend billions of dollars on gender studies and, the migration patterns of this animal or that animal, or any of that crap. You were put in there to look after the interest of the American people. And if you're not going to do that, then yes, the people are going to get pissed. And there's going to be a lot more of what you've seen yesterday. Now, I don't condone violence. I'm not a violent man anymore. In my youth, yes, I was, you look at me sideways, I kick the crap out of you. It's just, we want to be left in peace to raise our families and live our lives and pursue the American dream. And you just don't seem to understand that, you politicians. It's gotten out of hand. And I weep for this country where it's going. And I have this sense of dread for my children and my grandchildren, and eventually great-grandchildren. I dread what they're going to have to go through. And when I won't be here to help them through. My kids and grandkids and great-grandkids should not be paying for the sins of their forefathers. But the government, all you do is you pass it along and punish future generations for your mistakes, for your screw-ups. You just kick it on down the road. Your great-grandchildren can deal with it. Well, they shouldn't have to. You politicians have got it to where when we're born, we already have millions of dollars worth of debt. And we just come into this world. It's not right. And people are tired of it. We love our country. I mean, we love the principles on which it was founded. And we believe that every man should be free and the government should be small and limited and not have the power that they're trying to exert over us. That's why you are seeing all this violence. You've overstepped your bounds. You need to step back and say, wait a minute, we're the ones that screwed up, not the American people. Why are we punishing them? Let's fix our mistakes. But no, all you guys are in there for is to get rich off of us. You're not in there to help us. You're not in there to help this country. We don't have a single politician, I believe, in there that actually wants the people to be free and wants the people to have the power. Or not a single one in there actually looking out for the American person, citizen, and protecting their rights and their interests. You're in there for what you can gain and for the power. Well, yesterday you seen people took your power from you. Honestly. And if they actually wanted to do you harm, you would not be here. There was enough people there at that rally that there wasn't enough cops or National Guard that would have been able to have stopped them. If they'd wanted you dead, you'd be swinging from a tree right now. They just wanted you to hear them. They wanted their voice to be heard for a change. That's pretty much all I have to say about it right now. This is Dan with We the People. I appreciate you watching my videos. If you like my content, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Share my content. Until later, I wish each and every one of you a blessed day. Bye-bye.